Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to show you all the top credit cards if you have a credit score under 600. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, guys, so the very first card on our list is going to be the Secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Okay, guys, so nothing too fancy with this one, guys, but the greatest thing about this particular card is that there is no annual fee. Let's be honest, when you have a credit score under 600, things can most definitely get quite expensive as you're starting to try your best to build credit. The best thing about this particular credit card is that they don't necessarily have to, they're not looking for any type of credit history per se, and then you're able to just make your deposit and then you're able to go ahead and then get approved for that card. Okay, now, and you can also actually look around this card. So by the way, guys, if you guys want to learn about any of the cards on this list, just click the link down below and you'll be able to learn more about them as well as compare those cards as well. Okay, guys, so looks like you only need to have it's not just a secured credit card that can help consumers build their credit back, but it has no interest, no annual fees, and no credit check to apply. And here's the best part about it, guys, is that there's going to be no minimum security deposit. Now, so in order to apply for the credit builder, you must have received a single qualifying direct deposit of $200 or more in your checking account, and then that qualifying direct deposit must be from your employer. Okay, guys, and then once you're able to do that, as long as they see that that direct deposit is over $200, then you'll be able to actually start using that particular credit card. Okay, now how it also works is that money added to the credit builder will be held in a secured account as collateral for your credit builder Visa credit card, which means that you can spend up to this amount on your card. This money you can use to pay off your charges at the end of the month, guys. So that's an amazing credit card to have, especially if you're not in a financial position to go ahead and get a credit card. Okay, guys. Next is going to be the Capital One Platinum Secured Credit Card. With this particular credit card, you're able to not only build your credit, but you can also help other family members build their credit as well too. Capital One not only allows you to have 3 different deposit tier levels, but they're also going to allow you to add up to 5 authorized users. Okay, guys, but let's go into the tier level. So once they look at your credit, they're going to let you know if you qualify for their $49 deposit for a $200 limit, a $100 deposit for a $200 limit, or a $200 deposit for a $200 limit. And technically there is a 4th option, which is a decline, and they just don't approve you. And then that's where, the Chime secured credit card will come in, which is why they're number 1, because they don't require any security deposit, guys. Now, what's so great about also with this card is that there's a $0 annual fee. There is a regular there's a regular APR for regular purchases up to 30%. So make sure you guys, swipe that card. If you do use it, of course, make sure you have it on auto pay so you guys are not paying the bank more money. Don't pay the bank more money if you guys can avoid it. Okay, guys. And there's necessarily no recommended credit score. But again, if you're under 600, you're probably going to end up qualifying for this. But there's also here, if I'm right at 600, guys, if I'm over 580, I would also try to apply. Real quick, I know you got questions, whether it was from this video or the video before this one, or you just have credit questions in general that you want to get answered, whether it's pertaining to personal credit, business credit, home ownership, rental property ownership, auto loans, credit cards, whatever you got questions about, I can get those answered for you guys. Okay. And not only that, but you get early access to videos just like this one. We also do member only lives and so much more. But if you want more information, just go ahead and click on the link down in the description below, and let's go and get back to the video. I would actually apply for the Capital One Platinum credit card first before any of these cards. And then if I get denied, then I will go ahead and start resorting to these particular cards, because sometimes you are better than what you are. Okay. I've seen people because see, Capital One secured credit card, they're not going to deny you and say, hey, you deserve a different card, or you should get you can have a card with no deposit. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, hey, you the one that applied for this. Here's a $50 deposit, but you could have gotten our credit card that didn't take a deposit at all. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The third credit card on our list is going to be the self credit card builder account with a secured Visa credit card. Okay, guys. Now this one's going to have a different type of aspect to it, because now this is the first credit card we've seen in this video that does require an annual fee. This one needs an annual fee of about $25, and that's going to be obviously every single year. How do you get how do you guys get out of annual fees? There's two ways to do so. Way number one is to ask the credit card issuer and say, hey, I've been with you guys, or whatever you want to say. But some people say, hey, I've been with you guys a certain amount of time, I've never been late, whatever you want to say, and ask them, do they want to waive the annual fee for life, right? Some credit card companies will do it, some won't, which leads you to your second option, which is just closing out the account. And of course, getting that, that score drop that's going to happen, because all of the history that you had, don't get me wrong, it's going to stay on your credit report for 7 years. But of course, typically credit cards, is going to be credit cards are only open, the report is going to be constantly reporting to the credit bureaus. Your account history is going to always be reporting to the credit bureaus as long as you have the credit card open. But if you have the credit card closed, then at that point, it's just going to be 7 years from that close date. And now all of that history is going to fall off. So that's just how you guys got to think about it as far as annual fees go. Some people ask me, well, does that mean I should always keep my secured credit card? It depends. I mean, so if the annual fee is a certain amount, just try your best to try to get a secured credit card, guys, without an annual fee. That way you're not stuck with something, and then you don't want to be, in a situation where you feel like, okay, man, I don't want to close this account for whatever reason, but now you have this random bill, even though it's like $2, $3 a year. But at the end of the day, you have to make that decision on your own. Okay, guys, and that's the Self Credit Builder Secured Credit Visa. All right. Next on our list is going to be the Discover It Secured Credit Card. I love this card, honestly, mainly because they're doing things the new school way. The new school way is, hey, you get this credit card, and after a certain period of time, 6 to 12 months, we'll see if you qualify, and we'll just turn this same card into an unsecured credit card. Now, I'm not sure if they still do that, or if they just give you a separate unsecured credit card offer, which technically anybody could do. But the whole point is graduating. The whole point is growth. The whole point is progression. And so if you're able to get a credit card and then you're able to graduate or elevate to that next credit card level, you've now built a relationship, and now you've earned respect from that particular bank, guys. And not only that, but you're able to get rewards points as well too. So you're able to get 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants, up to $1,000 in combined purchases each quarter. And you're also going to be able to get 1% cash back on all other purchases automatically. Okay, guys. And then of course, that's that cash back match. Don't forget about that too. You get unlimited cash back match only from Discover card, and that is going to automatically match all of the cash back that you've earned at the end of your first year. And then there's no minimum spending or maximum rewards, just a dollar for dollar match, guys. So that's super cool, especially having it as a secured credit card holder. Okay, in my opinion, this should be one of the top. Well, of course, it's in the top cards, but I think that should probably crawl his way to number one as well too, especially with no annual fee. Now, after that, your regular purchases are going to have 27.99% regular APR, and they say no credit history is needed, but you most definitely cannot apply for this credit card if you're under 500. I would recommend staying away from this credit card if your credit score is under 500. They make it seem like they're gonna approve you no matter what your score is. That is not the case. You need to be at least above 520. The higher the better. But obviously, if you're above 600, you may be able to apply for the unsecured, I should say. But if you're under 600, if you're between 500 and 600, then you should be okay with this particular card, guys. Last but not least. Oh, sorry, not last but not least. Next to last is going to be our Mission Lane Visa credit card. You guys have actually probably been seeing a little bit more of Mission Lane. They've really been trying to push, a lot more advertisements, things of that sort. They've been coming out with different credit building products. They also came out with a credit builder earlier this year. So they're really trying to tap into the marketplace in a lot of different facets. And when you think about it, there could never be too many companies to go with. There's a lot of companies popping up because there's a lot of companies that are saying, hey, that we need to have more non-traditional ways of building credit, and Mission Lane is one of those companies. Okay, guys. But either way, they still finna hit you with an annual fee depending on where they feel your credit is. Okay, guys. But there are ways to get a $0 annual fee. I haven't seen people qualify for the $0 annual fee. They typically qualify for the $59 annual fee. And then after that, of course, you have your regular purchase APR. This credit card is nothing special. This is one of those cards where if you made mistakes with any of the other banks that I mentioned, because sometimes when you make mistakes with those other banks that I went over earlier, sometimes you're not able to reapply with them after a certain period of time. But I tell some people is that some relationships are worth trying to fix. So if you guys have any closed secured credit cards, that you've had, whatever that time frame was, not only can you still settle with them, but sometimes if you owe $50, sometimes you gave them a $200 deposit. So think about the deposit. That actually deserves its own video, to be honest with you. But think about the deposit that you've given some of these secure credit card companies, whether it was $100, $200, $500, and some of you guys let these accounts close out because, you know, of $200-300. If you pay the $200-300, they have to give you your deposit back. Okay, so in some cases you'll be able to turn it into a profitable situation, and you're just really just ruining your credit by just ignoring the problem. Okay, guys. Then this one says you need a credit score of anywhere between 300 to about 670. Listen, if you over 580, you bet not. I repeat, you better not apply for this credit card, okay? I tried some other options as well, too. Michelin is nothing fancy, to be totally honest with you. You have all those bigger brands that I mentioned earlier, okay, guys? And then last but not least is going to be the Zog Aspire credit builder card and checking account. So this one's more of a mix, trying to do almost like the Chime secured card is trying to do, where you're able to connect that bank account and they say, okay, we see that you have the funds. As long as we see that you have the funds, we'll go ahead and make sure that that credit card is actually paid. It's such a great way to actually build credit card because they're super securing these, you know, the actual deposit. They're super securing the actual money that's right there. They can see that it's right there. So that as long as there's money flowing into that account, you'll be able to get that credit card paid. Okay, guys. Now this one, it has nothing special on it, but you do get up to 10% cash back and on 10,000 outlets. Okay, so it's more of a shopping experience, more of a just a credit card feel, almost like a finger hut, but just with like a, you know, with a checking account. So hey guys, real quick, if you're looking to improve your credit score, qualify for home ownership, get a high limit credit card, or lower your car payment, I can help you. Okay, I've helped a lot of people. Even some of these people came from this channel. Some people are local, like these people behind me. Let me show you guys some quick examples. This client, this client, this client, this client, and yes, even this client. I've helped all of them improve their credit scores and accomplish their credit and financial goals. But check this out. Just for you guys watching this on YouTube, I'm going to give you guys a special promo code that you can use to go ahead and take advantage of my advanced credit blueprint. Okay, to get started, all you got to do is just go to the link inside the description below, and don't forget to use that promo code. Now let's get back to the video. So keep that in mind. Annual fee is going to be $0, guys. So that's a huge savings for you. Also 0% APR on regular purchases, and it looks like no credit history as well too. But obviously, if it's for building credit and it's for buying something at stores and things of that sort, just keep in mind, guys. You know, but I will let this be the very, 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 very last option. Okay, guys. But either way, that is our list. Don't forget, guys, you can also learn more about these credit cards at the link down below, and you'll also be able to compare these credit cards, learn more about them, apply for them if you want to. You can most definitely do so, and you can click on that link down below for that as well too, guys. So of course, if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, and also be sure to subscribe, as we have nothing but great content well on the way. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.